Can isometric training help us with our gains? Absolutely they can. And today on Fit and 50, we are going to take a look at how we can use isometric training to help us reach our fitness goals. Now there are three different types of muscle contractions. There's a concentric muscle contraction, and that's where the muscle is pushing up against a force and it shortens, just like that. And then there's an eccentric muscle contraction where there's tension on the muscle, and as the muscle controls this tension, it lengthens. And then the third one is a static contraction, which is considered an isometric hold, and that's where the muscle is up against a force, but it neither lengthens nor shortens, it stays the same. Now, if you have been in fitness for any length of time, you've done an isometric exercise. Probably the most popular isometric exercise out there these days is the plank. But if you've done a headstand or a handstand, or you've done an L-sit or a front lever, if you've done a yoga pose, or even after you've worked out at the gym, you've gone to the mirror and you've done some flexes to check out your gains, then you have done isometric exercises. There are a lot of calisthenic moves that require great isometric strength. But you can use isometrics to improve your bench press, your squat, and your deadlift, or your push-up and pull-up maxes. Isometrics are great at helping us break through that sticking point or that weak point in our movements. For example, with our push-ups, for me, my weak point in my push-up is that low part of the rep. So when I'm doing my push-ups and I'm using isometrics, I will lower myself down till I hit that weak point, and then I will hold myself as an isometric hold for 15 to 30 seconds before I complete the repetition. And then I do it again, and then I keep doing it for every single rep until I hit failure. Now, some of the literature that I've read suggests that we should actually be doing our isometric holds, or in this case our isometric push-up, on a separate day from our push workout. And we should hold it for longer. So instead of holding it for 15 to 30 seconds, we should be doing our isometric hold for like a minute and a half to 2 minutes. And then it won't detract from our push workout because we're doing it on a separate day. Now I gave this a try, and it's a bit of a side note, but I couldn't believe the pump that I got in my chest and my whole upper body from that isometric hold. So it's important to note here that an isometric hold only strengthens you at the angle that you are holding the movement. So it'll help you with the sticking point, but it is not a replacement for that exercise. So how would an isometric hold help us with our squat, bench, and deadlift? Well, I'll use bench press for an example. If you have a weak point or a sticking point in your bench press, you need to take a bench and set it up in the squat rack. And I know, just tell the guys that are curling in the squat rack that you'll only be a little while and they can have it right back. But you set your bench up in the squat rack, set a set of pins up right at where your sticking point is, and then maybe set up a couple more pins just lower than that, and that's what you'll set the bar on, is the lower pins. But you don't need any weight on the bar because the resistance are going to be those pins that you set up at your sticking point. And then you get on the bench and you push that bar up into those pins that you set up at that sticking point, and you push with all your might for 10 seconds, and then you rest, and you do it again, and you keep doing it for about 5 reps, and then you'll maybe do it for 5 reps for about 5 sets. And again, it's recommended if you're doing it for your bench press, you do it on a non-push day. If you're doing it for your squats, you do it on a non-squat day, and of course your squats are similar. You set the pins up so that you're pushing the bar up against the pins in your squats, or if you're doing a deadlift, the pins will be set lower, and you'll be pulling that bar into the pins, creating that resistance so that you get that isometric hold right at your weak point. So I would encourage anybody to try isometrics if they've got that sticking point or that weak spot in their lift that they just can't seem to blast through, to help them gain strength at that point to blast through and make even greater gains. This is Lawrence from Fit and 50 signing out. Keep working out. Keep working out. I don't know what that's like contradictory, eh? Keep working out, keep having fun, and we will talk to you again in that next video. hell was that?